M. Branche. He is graduating summa cum laude with a 4.0 grade point average, receiving an Associate in Arts, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Humanities, and Social Science. Mr. Branche earned the distinction of being this year's valedictorian through his exceptional achievements. Please welcome the valedictorian for 2015, Peter Branche.
All right, last one. Good evening, President Saunders, Vice President Kanzati, faculty, administration, families, and honored graduates. Thank you to the committee who selected me to represent Nassau Community College's class of 2015 as their valedictorian. And thank you to all the girls who've ever rejected me. You've given me plenty of You've given me plenty of extra time, a key factor as to why I'm here tonight. But seriously, winning valedictorian is truly an honor my family and I will always be grateful for. Although I was chosen to speak, this speech won't be so much about me as it is about us, the graduates! But first things first, let me be about the 20th person this evening to congratulate all of you on this phenomenal accomplishment. In a society so obsessed with how far someone can throw a football or hit a baseball, it is refreshing to still see students strive for and ultimately obtain a degree. Whether it took 2 years or 20 years, you got the job done, and that's all that matters. To be honest, my biggest fear heading into this evening wasn't speaking in front of 10,000 people. That's terrifying too, but it was giving a dull and generic speech in which no one would take away anything of value from. I know that graduation speeches are notorious for imparting a plethora of cliches. To prevent such a speech, I compiled a list of cliches that I've personally banned from usage tonight. These include quotes: Carpe diem. We are the leaders of tomorrow. Why can't we be the leaders of today? This isn't the end, but rather a beginning. The sky's the limit. And everyone's favorite, reach for the stars. I believe that by banning overused phrases, everyone can take away something new from this speech. As I speak, there are millions of students graduating around the world, celebrating at their respective schools. But what makes us, Nassau Community College graduates, stand out from millions? What exactly sets our college apart from the thousands of other 2- and 4-year institutions? Although it took me 1,321 hours, yes, exactly that number, to answer, I came up with a simple yet profound word: diversity. When I mention the word diversity, I'm talking about the various backgrounds in which we come from. The infinite spectrum of its students' life experiences is what defines Nassau and, in my opinion, makes it an elite institution. However, thank you. However, there is not a short nor clear definition to describe the marvel of Nassau Community College and its students. Instead, it would take a collection of encyclopedias just to skim the surface. From my own and personal encounters in the classroom, at student evening activity hour, top flight, and under that randomly placed gazebo on campus. Have you seen that thing? I've come up with some of my own definitions. Nassau is that single mother or father taking 2 buses to arrive for class. Nassau is that unsure teenager who overcame a difficult upbringing by excelling in the classroom. Nassau is that non-traditional student having the courage to pursue a newly discovered interest. Nassau is that second chance for students who took time off and came back to school after starting a family. Nassau is that parent working 3 jobs to support his or her family. And Nassau, not to forget, Nassau is that much-needed support for that veteran transitioning back to a civilian life. Critics of higher education often like to accuse colleges of sheltering their students. I mean, I don't know about all of you, but it seems to me that Nassau's diverse environment allows for a smoother transition into the real world, an area that involves deep-rooted interactions with people of various backgrounds. We are so blessed to have had the opportunity to learn about such unique and various life circumstances. Whenever you blame life or think you have it bad, you put your grievances into perspective when you realize just how difficult the person sitting next to all of you has it. Many of us will give back to our community as future nurses, lawyers, doctors, accountants, teachers, which is amazing. But you must remember, do what gives you happiness, not pleasure. The two aren't interchangeable. However, we often view them as the same. If you choose your profession based on pleasure, it won't last long. It's a kind of false happiness. Pleasure is like eating our favorite bag of chips. We enjoy our first bag, but we can't eat 5 more in a row. We become more miserable with each bite. Happiness, on the other hand, is enduring. It's waking up most days content and in love with your profession. That's my advice to all listening. Follow happiness. I'm convinced all of you will strive for happiness and continue to excel in whatever career you choose to pursue. However, don't do something too well, because it may backfire and you may have to speak in front of 10,000 people. It is the courage and resolve of my fellow classmates that has inspired myself to pursue a life of service. I plan to give back to a school which has already given me so much by one day teaching here. I know what many of you in those chairs go through, and therefore I want to be in a position as a college professor where I can connect with and positively shape hundreds of lives year in and year out. Lastly, it would be remiss of me if I didn't acknowledge all those who had, and continue to do so, a positive impact on us. When you think about it, we are merely a combination of every person encountered. We owe much of ourselves to the people who positively impacted us. Parents, families, friends, teachers. They have helped mold us and are a vital reason why as to why we are sitting here today. So thank you to the world-class professors we've all had an incredible opportunity to learn from. In particular, I'd like to thank Professor Hope and Professor Scarpelli for instilling the confidence in me to compete with anyone and anything. To Professor Sherman, for teaching me to never settle for less, but to always strive for more. And to Dr. DeRiso, for showing me how economics extends beyond the scope of a classroom. I was able to apply her lessons about price elasticity and figuring out why we're willing to pay $6 for bacon, but when it rises to $7, we go, oh, no way, that's way too much. Very interesting. So thank you once again to all of our professors. Each of you is the Mr. Miyagi to my Karate Kid. We're almost done. We're almost done. Grandma, get the car started. But don't worry, Mom, I haven't forgotten about you yet. You continue to be the glue that holds our family together. Real heroes don't wear capes. They wear capris and Crocs. Unfortunately, my father couldn't be here tonight, but I would just like to thank him for continuing to be a positive role model in our family's life. I can only hope to display such love towards my own children one day. Last paragraph. This is the most important, all right? If you weren't listening before, listen to this. As much as I hope this speech will go down in history alongside Lou Gehrig's farewell address or Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, most, if not all, my words will be forgotten in about a week or so. But what will remain is the person Nassau Community College has created. Thank you for your time, and once again, congratulations to the class of 2015. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my duty to bring this convocation to a close.